It takes a village to raise AJ.
Yeah.
When you have a child who's diagnosed with a disease like this, in the beginning you can say like, why me? And then we say like, why not us? Because we really have like an amazing group of friends, of family. We have an amazing care center.
The CF doesn't matter in terms of parenting for normal parenting reasons. They get in trouble for the same things. They get rewarded for the same things. There are no different rules for Liam and Nolan than there are for Ethan. Everyone has to do the same thing.
And I remember being told that when they were first diagnosed, is to treat them like a normal child, because they are.
All right, you ready?
No. Just because they have CF does not mean they're not a normal child.
We encourage him to do everything he wants to do. He goes to science school, he plays Pop Warner football, he plays t-ball, and it really, we've really taken it. It took a while to get there. You just don't all of a sudden say, oh, it's okay. It took us a while to kind of get to that point of acceptance. But now it's just, we're just so blessed to have him as he is.
Oh, we had a ton of support from the get-go, yeah, and that made a huge difference. I think he was diagnosed on Friday. I called the doctor on Sunday, just a question about enzymes, and they were so supportive, and we knew from the get-go that we were going to have like a team that was going to help us with this, and that was huge. We both play a huge role in Aidan's medical care and keeping him healthy, and we try to do 50-50. We both do treatments. One's helping him Aiden in the shower, the other one's getting his nebs ready. While one's cooking, the other one's getting his enzymes and his meal ready. So I found a lot of strength in Dan just because he never was angry really about it. He just dealt with it and we moved on.
Our daughter Rose is 3.5, and we have a 2-year-old daughter Nicole who has cystic fibrosis. So Rose is doing good. She actually is helpful. It's funny, this morning Nicole didn't want to take her enzymes, and Rose gets up from her chair and comes over and says, and holds her hand, Nicole, you gotta take your medicine. Rose knows that Nicole needs enzymes before she eats because big sister sometimes likes to sneak Nicole some snacks, which we've had to educate her that, Nicole can't always just eat. She helps count when we do her albuterol puffer. She knows that Nicole needs Pats every day, and she also knows that's when she gets to watch a show.
With this diagnosis, your child can appear to be perfectly fine, which they are.
No, we're not going on the grass.
Family and friends will recognize this, and they'll see, and sometimes they forget that they have cystic fibrosis. So we have to do our job to make sure they remember she does have cystic fibrosis. So, the cleanliness, the way things are washed, making sure your hands are washed, just the basic things that you can do day in and day out.
I think you learn a lot about how strong you are as a person and what you can handle. Not every parent can be around all the time, and if dad's home more than mom one week, then dad has to know what to do. Dad has to know, that chest therapy has to get done, that enzymes need to be given. And I think that is a little bit of an unrestful situation for a lot of newly diagnosed families. I think one parent might take a more active role and the other parent a more passive role. And I think if you're really going to have a successful family, a successful marriage, and a healthy child, that is incredibly important to both be as involved as you can.
We have a good balance. Sarah definitely has that medical mind and, handles the doctors very seriously and is that advocate in situations.
Okay, I got you.
I'm sort of the one that comes up with all the tricks of how to understand who's around her and her surroundings and, how to keep healthy, and the cheerleader of, when she's doing well and having a good cough or recognizing something.
That's balance. That's balance again. I think that's important to have it not to have it be a team effort.
If you're fortunate to have a good relationship, a 50-50, trying to get things done that need to get done without focusing on it, definitely shared responsibility, and I definitely see in Megan the compassion that it takes to really be a CF mom and to deal with it every day and just always advocating. And that's something I've noticed.
But I think for the most part, it's worked out pretty well for us in terms of having CF as that backseat driver. It's there, but it's not an anchor to us.
We make CF a part of our life. We do not let CF rule our life. It's a very important component to it, but the whole thing with AJ is that we try to have him integrate it successfully into his life. He has this. People have other things too. You know, we don't allow him to have a sense of entitlement that I'm allowed to do these things because I'm sick. We don't do that. We don't play that either. He is spiritual, so I think that that's helpful too. But I definitely think that there's a place for it, but it can't rule your life.
I think the important thing, and we're learning it now 3 years in, and I'm sure we're going to continue to learn, we have to make time for each other because you really get consumed with this diagnosis and you forget about each other.
CF in our life now, it comes and goes. You know, there's days and weeks where he may be sick that it does take more of a center part, his medicines, his treatments, but then he feels better, and CF really is kind of a back burner. He does his treatments in the morning, he does them at night, and it's not a huge part of our lives.
It becomes part of the daily routine, it becomes second nature, so that you don't think about it as, oh, I have to do this for CF. It's just, okay, take your enzymes, and it just happens.
Right, CF is just a total normal part of our day.
Well, the difference, you know, from when we were younger parents to when we're now, I think, I mean, not night and day, but I think that we've grown a lot as far as the knowledge. I mean, specifically speaking of the knowledge of her CF care, I continue to learn something new every time I come to clinic.
With your strong muscles.
Yeah.
Come on.
You can let go.
I really do feel like we're experts on the topic. I mean, she's doing wonderfully. She's healthy, you know, so we clearly are doing a good job in that area.
When your son's got an illness, you're going to do whatever you can to keep him well. You draw strength from your children just to do what's best for them.
To learn more about this issue, ask your CF Foundation accredited care center or contact the CF Foundation directly. Call 800-FIGHT-CF or email us at info@cff.org.